Hartman. That's right, John. I'm the guy who got mugged last night. I'm just calling to see if you people got any leads. This is excellent artwork, Elliot. Daddy's proud of you.
Thanks.
No cash, just credit cards. And a picture of me and my son on the night he was born. It's the only one I have. Look, is Detective Waddy there? Yes, I'll hold.
Boy, it's a good thing Melissa didn't show up to babysit, or we couldn't have gotten your date with you. Then we wouldn't have all gotten mugged. That was cool.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Ben.
I didn't like that girl who went with us.
You don't like Vicky?
No, her lips are too red. Yeah, but Dad likes her because she's got...
Excuse me. I don't think so. Yes, I'm holding for Detective Waddy.
Hey, Dad. Remember last night in the restaurant? Well, there was this real fancy bathroom, and there's this guy in there wearing a suit and tie. And every time someone would go up to the sink, he'd hand him a little towel. And then they'd leave him change in his soap dish. Man, that was cool. He was making big bucks for doing absolutely nothing.
Come on, you boys, eat your cereal.
I don't like this cereal. The flakes aren't shaped like anything.
It's granola. It's good for you. No, you made a mistake. 3 plus 3 is 6.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. He's not there? All right, I'll call back later. Thanks.
Hey, Dad, somebody at our school steals something. There's this box where you can return it. Oh, that's real smart, Elliot. I'm sure. Some dude who almost blew Dad's head off wants to return his wallet and get a gold star for it. I didn't say get a gold star. He'll probably return it because he doesn't want to go to hell. You don't necessarily go to hell for stealing something.
Hey, guys, can we hold this discussion about hell? You know, we've got enough going on here this morning without talking about that. And, Elliot, you keep bringing that up over and over again. Why is that?
Because of Al Garrett. They eat lunch together. His dad's a minister. He's always talking about going to hell and telling on everybody at recess.
Well, guys, remember, watch out for tattletales.
You have to watch out for bees, too. They can sting you.
That's right, Elliot. You do have to watch out for bees, but let's not go overboard. You know, it seems to me you're becoming afraid of a lot of things lately, and you're also starting to sound a little overly moralistic. I think you and I got to sit down tonight and have a little talk.
Have you ever been stung by a bee, Dad?
Yes, I have, and as you can see, I did not die.
It's a good thing, because if you die and you're divorced, you could be going somewhere.
Oh, let me guess. Hell?
Maybe.
All right, let's move it. The Overland Elementary, very exclusive all-kid carpool shuttle express is leaving in 5 minutes. What's this I hear about you getting mugged?
Who told you that?
Tom Mackey over at the Washington Post. Saw it on a police report. What's this?
Well, evidently, I didn't get my wallet out fast enough for Mr. Your Life or Your Money. What is this? Why the suitcase?
Oh, I might be bunking here for a couple of nights. Mavis and I had a fight. I don't want to talk about it.
You should have seen it, Billy Bob. This guy had a gun stuck right in Dad's face.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You took your kids on your date?
Our babysitter got married. Our housekeeper quit, too. Our sister broke her hip. That's when we have all those dirty dishes.
Thank you, Mr. Town Crier.
Did you read that op-ed piece in the Times this morning about the so-called Bubba vote?
No.
Yeah, well, it's nothing but a provincial condescending euphemism for dumb redneck hick, and I, for one, resent it. What is this, another one of those health nut muffins?
It's bran. Dad says it's good for you.
Man, why don't you give these kids some fun breakfast food? This stuff is grim. You poor tykes, you don't even know what good food is. Smell Carson Lee's breath there. She just had a big old Eskimo pie.
Someday she's going to be sitting on a big old sofa with Richard Simmons crying her eyes out.
Daddy, I have to go to the bathroom.
Well, go, hurry up. And you guys wash up, too. I don't want any health jam on my car windows. Bees can sting you. Watch out. This kid's a philosopher. Did you read in the paper this morning that killer bees are on their way here from South America?
Is that true?
You dang right. They say our bees are scared to death.
Hello? No, the senator's not here, Mrs. Smithers. Elliot, go brush your teeth. Well, I'm sure Miss Starr is at her apartment. No, I don't have that number. Can you believe that? I knew I should have called you to take the senator jogging this morning.
Listen, we got to talk. This affair thing's really getting out of hand. I mean, first Dee Dee comes in as a temp. Then she's promoted to executive secretary. Now, 6 months later, the senator wants to make her administrative assistant. Let me tell you, Mavis is having a coronary. That's why she kicked me out.
Mavis actually kicked you out of the house?
Yeah. You remember her, don't you? That girl from New York that you hired to work in our office who made me fall in love with her and marry her and have a child against my will?
I told you should never be on the same staff as your spouse.
Hey, wait a minute. You're going to give me advice about women?
Billy, once in a while, just shut the door after you come in, okay?
Listen, Mavis didn't want me to tell you this, but I think you ought to know.
What?
She ran into Deandra at gym class.
So?
So, you remember that marriage counselor you two went to named Dr. Ruth somebody?
Yeah.
Did you know she's bisexual?
So?
So Deandra's moved in with her.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about they're an item.
What do you mean an item?
I mean your ex-wife and this Ruth person, they're going together.
What do you mean going together?
You know what I mean.
Get out of here.
Deandra told Mavis herself. She said that she'd never find anybody else like you, but this is something she needs to explore.
You're making this up.
Look, I'm sorry I mentioned it. I didn't know it was that big a deal.
That big a deal? What do you mean, that big a deal? This is the mother of my children. I was married to this person for 9 years, and never once did she turn to me and say, you know, honey, I really think I'd like to plant a big one on Michelle Pfeiffer.
Keep your voice down. All I meant was, what do you care? You're not in love with her anymore.
This is true, and I have absolutely nothing against gay people. It's just a little difficult for me to conceptualize my ex-wife slow dancing with someone named Ruth.
Nobody's gonna blame you. I mean, you've been divorced for over a year. Look at all the guys she dated in between.
Deandra, hello. This is John. Listen, I just found out about your roommate, and possibly there's a little something about yourself that you forgot to mention. When you get a chance, please give me a call.
Don't let them get you down, buddy. We'll go get a beer tonight. Maybe I shouldn't stay over here now. Hell, maybe people think we're in love.
Daddy, do you have a quarter?
A quarter? What for?
I used to towel in the bathroom, and Ben said it cost a quarter.
No, forget it. Ben's just trying out this bathroom scam. Carson Lee, you do not have to pay us a quarter for drying your hands.
Wait a minute. We're proud people. We don't have to accept charity.
She dried her face, too.
Get your lunchbox, get your backpack, and get in the car. Thank you very much.
Are you riding with us?
No, I got a Human Resources Committee meeting at 8:15.
Oh, that reminds me. Georgianne Lottie's coming by this morning to interview for the press secretary job.
Georgianne Lottie, the writer?
Mm-hmm. Flaming liberal, feminist. You know, her dad was George Lottie, that Teamster attorney that went to prison last year.
Why would Georgianne Lottie want some piddly-ass job for a conservative Southern senator?
I don't know. Maybe she's undercover. Maybe she's trying to infiltrate us. Maybe we should have her killed.
I don't want to talk to Georgianne Lottie. I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm certainly not in the mood to spend my morning listening to some overbaked, self-important journalist with a big attitude tick off a resume. And I'll tell you something right now. There's something seriously wrong here. What would a jar of pickles be doing going to school?
I was going to put them in my lunchbox. I need extra because Al always eats mine.
Well, I'm not going to let you take an entire jar of pickles to school. I'll give you 2.
But Dad, Wolf eats them both.
If he eats them both, you tell him he's going to hell.
Senator Strub Smithers' office. Dee Dee Starr speaking. Oh, hi. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm getting a promotion. It's a lot more money than I made working at the photo hut. I'll call you back. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm Georgianne Lottie. I'm here about the press secretary job.
Uh-huh. Would that be Lottie, as in Lottie Da?
Yes, it would.
Just have a seat right over there.
Miss Lula, you sit down. I'm going to get you a pillow for your leg.
Oh, goodness, stop making such a fuss over me, Georgianne. I just got off a bus from Chicago, and she's worried about my leg. I got a little diabetes.
You know, ma'am, you can hang that coat up over there if you want.
Oh, no, thanks.
She has to keep it on. Her dry cleaners burned down yesterday. Lost a whole wardrobe, even her fine washables.
Isn't there a no smoking rule in here?
I don't know about smoking. I know they don't like you to crack your gum.
Excuse me. I'll be over there. I've left this number at my hotel desk. I'd appreciate it if you let me know if I get any phone calls.
Are you Georgianne Lottie?
Yes.
This is such an honor. I'm Mavis. Davis. I'm a legislative aide here. I am really a big fan of your work.
Well, thank you.
Come on, I'll get you a cup of coffee.
Miss Lula, can I get you anything?
Oh, no, dear. You just run along with your little friend.
Can I smoke?
Absolutely.
Always so polite. Treats me like a queen. I raised her since her mother died when she was 3 years old.
I am so sorry about our receptionist. She's our LBLIC, last bimbo left in Congress. People from other staffs actually come over here just to take her picture, I swear. She's sort of the bimbo equivalent of the Lincoln Memorial.
Can I assume that she serves the senator in a variety of positions?
Assume it.
Senator Strobe Smithers' office. Okay. Hey, Jimmy Carter's on the line for you.
Ah,
No, don't get it. She never gets anyone's name right. 10 to 1, it'll be Nell Carter.
no, it's okay. I'm expecting this. It's for this dumb inspirational book I'm putting together where wise and witty people over the age of 70 give me their best advice on life. Let me know if you know anyone.
Yeah, right.
Mavis, did John come back with the senator yet?
Billy, you know I am not speaking to you. If you want some information, I suggest you talk to Miss Starr, the nerve center of our office.
Excuse me, I have to have another cigarette. Is there someplace I can take this call and smoke?
Well, yeah, you could use Mr. Hartman's office.
Thank you. Miss Lula, are you sure you're okay?
Oh, yes, I'm fine, dear. You just enjoy yourself with all your friends.
I just don't understand why you're holding me and John responsible for a promotion that the senator made. It wasn't our idea.
Oh, sure, you all are completely innocent. Like, you had no idea that sexual favoritism was going on here.
You know, you're starting to scare me.
You know what I was thinking this morning, Billy? I was thinking about the 3 stages of marriage. You know, there's the kitchen stage. That's when you're so enamored with each other, you make love even while you're cooking. And then there's the bedroom stage. That's when you make love just because you're there. And then finally, there's the hall stage. You know, that's when you just pass each other in the hall and say, screw you, without even looking up.
So what's your point?
My point is, you now have 1 foot in the hall, Billy.
Miss Lottie?
Yeah, that's me. I'll be with you in a moment. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for your time. I really appreciate it. Okay, goodbye.
I'm John Hartman. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you not to smoke.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you're too late. I've already been smoking. Was this not an ashtray?
No, it's actually a mug. See, the little handle is the tip-off.
Why don't I just open a window?
Am I supposed to say thank you?
Look, Mr. Hart,
Hartman.
I don't want to get into a fight with you, really. I'm having such a bad morning. As a matter of fact, I've been having a really bad year. So therefore, I've taken up chain smoking. I'm sorry if that doesn't fit in with your health plans, but since our time on this earth is so short together, why don't we just make the best of it? If you hire me, I'll smoke in the hall. If we go to lunch, I'll sit in my own section. And if you fall in love with me, I'll light up only after sex, okay?
Well, that seems fair. Is there anything else?
Yes. How much longer will I be here?
Not long.
Good, because otherwise I have to find a vending machine and get a snack for Miss Lula.
Is she the black lady sitting with her feet up reading a magazine?
Yeah. She helped raise me.
I never figured a raging liberal like yourself for having a mammy.
I do not have a mammy.
Well, that's what we call it in the South.
It's not what we call it in Chicago. Anyway, that's my resume on your desk. I spent 7 years in hard news at the Trib, 8 on the Post, including a stint as foreign correspondent, most recently, of course, being my assignment in the Middle East. I assume you read my series on sexism in the Israeli military?
No, I'm sorry I missed that.
No, that's too bad. It was a damn good piece. Whether those pompous bastards at the Pulitzer Prize Committee are willing to admit it or not.
Why did you leave the Post?
Well, I decided to take some time off to write a book.
That would be my year with Fidel.
I had a personal relationship. There was a story to tell.
You dated Fidel Castro?
I wouldn't exactly call it dated.
What would you call it?
I don't think I'd really care to characterize it.
Ah, well. Now, what have you been doing for the last 6 months?
I served as cultural liaison in Paris.
Doing what?
Doing my job.
Which was?
I told you, being cultural liaison.
I don't know what that means.
If you must know, I worked at Euro Disney.
Doing what?
Helping people.
Helping people what?
Helping people on and off the teacup ride. Is that all right with you? Are you happy now?
I like that ride. I've taken my sons on it. It's a very fine ride.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, come on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry.
I am not crying. I have allergies. I picked them up in the Golan Heights.
Yes.
Queen Mother is on the line for Miss Lottie Da.
Oh, I'll have to call her back.
She'll have to call her back.
She is such a sweetheart. We played a lot of canasta when I was dating one of her housemen.
Would you like me to take your coat?
It's not my coat. I borrowed it from a maid at the hotel I'm staying at.
You do have something on under there, don't you?
Of course I have something on. I have on what I wore to dinner last night. Everything else I sent out to the cleaners, and I found out it burned to the ground.
Oh, I can relate to this. This sounds like my life. In fact, if I check, I bet I've got some of my clothes at that very same cleaners. What's the name?
I don't know. It's affiliated with the Fair Price Hotel.
Maybe not.
This isn't exactly my style, but luckily the maid at my hotel has a sister who sings in the lounge, and she sold it to me for $15. So until my stuff gets here from Paris, this is all the clothes I have left in the world.
Well, listen, if you're gonna have to be stuck with one dress, this is the one, trust me.
Well, I'm gonna get out of your way. It's obvious I'm overqualified for this job. You must be wondering how a seemingly bright and successful person like myself could fall so far as to have to come begging for a job at Senator Strobe Smithers' office.
I would have phrased it a little differently.
You see, there was this slimeball, ferret-faced accountant who embezzled a lot of money from the Teamsters while he was setting up my dad, a man of unprecedented honor, courage, and integrity, to take the blame. Well, of course, all the money-sucking, whoremongering attorneys had to squeeze every last penny out of me. And it was at this time of tremendous stress that I did a really stupid thing, and I fell in love with a really immature and narcissistic married man who also happened to be my boss. I did not know he was married at the time. Not that you're really interested, but I just figure you'll hold it against me. Anyway, so when I found out, I broke it off with him. He got his pants all bent out of shape, and he transferred me from Tel Aviv to Jakarta, knowing that that office was going to be phased out. So I had to make a living somehow while I finished my book on Fidel, and my friend got me this teacup job at Euro Disney.
Is it just me, or did life used to be a lot simpler? You know, when I was a kid, I had my own horse. So did all my friends. And we formed a posse. Nobody locked their doors in those days. There were no muggings, no divorces. Even the bees were nice. There was one woman named Ruth, but she played the organ at the church and never caused any trouble to anybody. Everybody seemed so happy then. But maybe they weren't. Maybe they were just acting. Maybe that's what we need now.
What, more happiness?
No, better actors.
Don't tell anyone any of the things I've told you here. I have a lot of rich and influential friends in this town, and they don't know how down and out I am, and I like to keep it that way. I wouldn't be telling you all of these things except for the fact that you're nobody.
Thank you, I understand.
Oh, I knew this was a long shot. Look, if you happen to hear of any other press jobs with any of the more liberal senators on the Hill, you can give me a call, okay?
Can you type?
Of course I can type. I'm a writer.
Could you really put your personal politics and feelings aside?
If you're asking, could I be professional and objective, the answer is yes. Just offer me this job that I need more than anything in the world right now, and watch me not French kiss you.
All right, I'll give you a try.
Thank you. You won't be sorry. You won't be sorry.
What the hell is that?
It looks like a bee just flew in.
A bee?
Mm-hmm.
So, you're my new press secretary? Well, she looks like a dandy to me. and a very fine American.
Well, thank you, Senator. I hope I won't disappoint you. I have a rather extensive background in journalism.
You know, we need more good-looking women up here on the hill. I know I'm not supposed to say that, just like you can't say Negro anymore, unless, of course, you are one. And then, of course, that's your business.
How does this shoe feel, Senator?
So far, feels like a lot of other shoes. Now, take that Anita Hill, for instance. Fine-looking woman. I saw her on 60 Minutes the other night. Oh, very attractive. Of course, it was a rerun, but she still looked good.
Put your foot in here, Senator.
I know where to put my foot, boy. Anita Hill's problem is she got sidetracked with that hair on the Coke can thing. Hell, I knew that wouldn't fly. People don't want to hear stuff like that. There are two things you cannot mention in politics, and one's religion, the other's body hair.
That's very insightful, Senator. Would you mind if I use that in a book?
Not at all. These are fine. Where'd you get them?
Tom McCann.
Oh, you thank Tom for me? Better send him a pen or a mug?
Senator, Tom McCann is a shoe store.
Oh, well, all right then. Send them one of our silver trays. Now, where the hell are these C-SPAN boys? They say I'm not re-electable. Get them in here with that camera and let them get a load of these push-ups.
Careful there, don't hurt yourself.
You know what we need? We need to get us some pecans. Somebody needs to call down the home state and order some pecans, but not in the shell. Hell, I hate it when they send them in the shell. Send those back.
Do you mind? All you have to do is get on the comm line and tell Mavis to do it.
I don't mind ordering a box of nuts.
Just punch that last line there.
Huh? Mavis?
Yes.
This is Georgianne Lottie, Senator's new press secretary.
I heard.
I would like to return the Senator's current pecan shipment. I would like to order a new box of nuts from the Senator's home state. I would like them to be FedExed and without shells.
Will do.
Mavis?
Yes.
Tell the film crew it's going to be a couple more minutes. We're warming up the Senator. He seems a little tired today. I don't know if he'll make it totally around the mall.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, perhaps we could have someone in a leather thong run just a few paces ahead of him.
What was that?
The weather's wrong. Maybe you shouldn't go out. She said the weather's wrong.
Oh.
Listen, sugar, you show me a woman with naturally thick eyelashes, and I'll bet you 10 to 1. Heck, I'll even say 20. 25 to 1. She'll have a lot of hair on her forearms.
Excuse me, Miss Starr.
I'll catch you later, hon.
But, Adam over there seems to have found a pair of ladies' underwear on top of the Xerox machine. Would these by any chance be yours?
Hey, those are mine. Why, thank you.
You, hadn't missed them?
Not really.
Well, I'm just curious. How does that work? I mean, you arrive at your job wearing your underwear, and then a little later on the day, someone hands them to you, and what? There's this sudden realization that your underwear has actually been missing? Is that kind of like, wow, I could have had a V8?
Well, to tell you the truth, I really hadn't had time to think about it. See, my sister and I are starting this new custom-made mail-order bikini business, and I like this particular shape for a bottom. So I was trying to make a copy to send them to her.
You were trying to Xerox your panties?
Well, I was gonna Xerox them and then fax them to Amarillo.
Let me get this straight. You were gonna fax your panties to Amarillo.
Yeah, but it didn't really work out very well. So now I guess I'll probably just Federal Express them. Is that against office rules?
No, not at all. I mean, we've got a FedEx box getting ready to leave. You can just send them with the Senator's nuts.
That reminds me. It's Miss Starr's birthday on Friday. I promised her a party. Mrs. Smithers out of town. And I don't think it'd look right to have it in a restaurant, so I was thinking maybe we could have it at your house, John.
My house, really? Gee, I'm not much of a party giver.
Oh, well, all right then. We can all go to the Jamaican embassy. They always have some kind of happy hour shindig thing on Friday.
On second thought, let's do it at my house. It's more private.
Well, I can see that you have some deep soul searching to do here. So, Senator, if you need me, I'll be out.
Need you? What are you talking about? We need you to make all the party arrangements.
Well, what'll we start with? Some pointy little hats, some nut cups.
Sorry, but these gentlemen have to leave. May I present Dr. Krupchak, Dr. Pavlov, and Dr. Kerensky? They're visiting here from the Russian Scientific Institute of Technology. Doctors, this is Senator Strobe Smithers.
Very pleased to meet you. How do you do?
Also, the film crew wants to shoot that. Is that all right?
Sentiment, yes, the senator was just finishing up his push-ups. How many did you do today, Billy?
Gee, I lost count.
So, you fellas from Russia, huh? Let's hear you say something.
Beg your pardon?
Say something in Russian. You know, like, what time's the train leave?
Когда уходит поезд?
Isn't that something?
Senator, Dr. Popov here won the Nobel Prize.
And it certainly shows. Well, I want to thank you good people for stopping in today. Billy Bob, we have any gifts for them?
Well, we got those silver trays.
Hell no. Letter openers, they can't even vote.
Oh, okay, excuse me, gentlemen. If you'll just step out here, we have something for you outside here. Thank you.
You look very familiar, miss. Were you by any chance dancing on a table with Mikhail Baryshnikov at a party in New York City in February of 1982?
Yes, I was.
I thought so. I never forget the girl who wears a hat at night.
Good to see you again.
Oh, yes, please. Okay, I'll do 100 sit-ups. You boys get the camera on me and start counting. We'll really give them something to talk about back home. My opponents can watch this and weep.
Where's the senator?
He's lying on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. No, it's okay. He's just resting. Billy's with him. We got some great footage before he collapsed. Hey, Curtis.
Here, I think this belongs to you.
My wallet! Where'd you find it?
In a trash can over on 5th and Tilden. There wasn't any money or credit cards, just your driver's license.
You didn't find a picture, did you? I had a picture taken of me and my youngest son the night he was born. I wouldn't care, but it's the only one I have. We were so excited that night we forgot the camera.
Well, no, but I'll go back and look. I'm having a baby myself, you know.
You're kidding. How did that happen?
Oh, it was about 9 months ago. I had 75 cents to spend at the stop and go. I stood there for the longest time going, condom, burrito. Condom, burrito. Condom, burrito.
Yeah, I hate those burritos.
I'm gonna get a cup of coffee and go.
Thanks a lot, but I'm going to repay you.
Oh, now, hey, don't worry about any reward. We could use a blanket for our Frigidaire box.
You got it.
That is an incredible story. I'd like to write it. Here, let me give you one of my cards.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but things are really starting to look up around here.
By the way, Mr. Hartman, you have one message from a woman named Ruth who wants you to call her if you have any questions about bisexuality.
Thank you, Miss Starr. I'll get it. Senator Smithers' office, John Hartman speaking. Yes, she is. May I say who's calling? Well, maybe you should... Oh, I see. Yes, I'll tell her. Miss Lottie, may I see you in my office for just a moment? There seems to be some trouble in credit card land at the Fair Price Hotel.
What's the trouble?
The trouble is, none of yours are any good.
Those bastards! Who do they think they're dealing with? I've had my own credit card since I was 12 years old.
Yes, well, evidently seniority doesn't count. Your bags are in the lobby.
The lobby? They call that hellhole with one Naugahyde love seat a lobby? It's not even good Naugahyde. It's covered in cigarette burns.
Well, I'm sure we all know who put them there. You're not going to start crying again, are you?
I'm sorry. Thank you. I know you're not going to believe this, but I probably haven't cried in 30 years. And there's Miss Lula sitting out there after having come all the way here on a bus. I just can't let her down. Can I?
Here we are.
What a lovely home.
Thank you.
Did you do all this yourself?
No, my ex-wife is a decorator.
This is really nice of you. I want you to know this is just for one night. 2 tops.
This is so light.
I don't have any clothes, remember? fast asleep?
Well, let's see. Billy Bob is going to be on the sofa, and I guess you and Miss Lula can have the guest room. It's the yellow one upstairs.
Oh, the yellow one upstairs. Doesn't that sound just wonderful?
Oh, does it have a phone?
Yes, it does. I gotta go pick up my kids from soccer. Excuse me. Listen, if you need a toothbrush, there's an extra one in the ashtray in my bathroom. You can't miss it. It's shaped like a mug with a little handle on it.
Here's a nice sounding 2-bedroom house. Well, it's a 3-story walk-up.
Okay, we need paper plates, black bean dip, chips.
Hey, Billy Bob, look at all the bees we cut yesterday. You think some of them could be killers?
I don't know, but you got quite a crop there. I think you may turn out to be some kind of a bee wrangler.
Did you say you were married and had a little girl?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
His wife kicked him out.
Miss Lula, would you care for some more coffee?
Just half a cup, but I'll get it.
Oh, no, you don't. You sit there. You waited on me all your life. Now, you deserve to have someone wait on you.
This French toast is delicious. You know, Georgianne makes wonderful French toast. But then, everything she does well.
Put down Eskimo pies, too.
I want you both to know I'm keeping track of every last crumb Miss Lula and I eat, and I'll pay you back.
She'll do it, too. Walked a mile through the snow once to return a nickel to a crossing guard.
She's a wonderful girl.
Don't forget beer and ice.
Hey, Dad, what's the list for?
It's for an office party we're having here tonight.
Can my friend Al spend the night?
No.
Why not?
Because the kind of party we're having, we probably are going to hell for.
Are you sure he can't spend the night?
Well, all right, only if you guys stay in your room. I want to talk to you, too. Ellie's your mother. When I pick this up in the bedroom, you be sure and hang up, all right?
Okay. Hi, Mom. Not much. Just having breakfast with some people Dad had to spend the night. It's Billy Bob and a couple of their women friends.
You can hang up now, Elliot.
Listen, don't be talking to me about my lifestyle. I think there's a little something you forgot to mention about yours. And I personally don't think the children need any more changes in their lives right now. Well, then you better get worried, because one of your sons is about to become a bathroom valet and the other is a bee wrangler. Attention, would you please remember to use napkins and coasters? Thank you very much.
Oh, wonderful party, John. You're a great man and very fine American.
Thank you, sir. Miss Starr, could you please take off your shoes?
Oh, sure.
No, not your shirt. I said your shoes.
It's all right, honey. It's just my new bikini top.
Hey, Mr. Hartman, one of these cheese balls has a hair on it.
Thank you, Adam. I'll take care of it.
Boy, he really loves that singing machine, doesn't he?
Listen, no more drinks for Miss Starr. She's got that look in her eyes like she's ready to go for broke.
Hey, I cut her off a long time ago. She's got a purse full of that airline liquor, and the senator's drinking it, too. By the way, we need to order some more cold cut platter.
Mavis, I need the phone.
Just a second, I'm taking a message for Georgie from Julia Child.
Doing okay?
This bean dip's delicious, and the music's so festive. Almost as good as when Georgianne plays a trumpet.
She plays the trumpet.
I got some samples out in the car. Our bikinis are made to fit anybody, even people who's got one bun larger than the other. That happens a lot more often than you'd think. You just don't hear about it on the news.
May I have your attention? We are here to honor the birthday of a very fine American, Miss Dee Dee Starr. honor and celebrate her promotion to...
Oh, no, wait a minute. Excuse me. Hold on, honey. I'm sorry to have to tell you that I cannot accept this promotion. Oh, I know it carries a lot of prestige. But I got so many orders coming in for my mail-order bikini business, and with cruise season coming up, I'm just going to have to go back to being an office receptionist. It's all I can handle. So, what can I say? Let's party all night and rock and roll all day!
You're wonderful! What a girl! Oh, what a country.
I cannot believe this. All this fighting and pain and suffering, and she doesn't even want it.
Can I come home now?
I don't know. I'm confused.
What is this?
Oh, it's a message from Julia Child.
I believe that one of the greatest pleasures in life is cooking in the kitchen.
I guess that's as opposed to doing it in the bedroom or the hall.
What do you say you and I go home and try to whip up a little something? In the kitchen?
Why don't we?
This is great stuff. Forget about health insurance. You can't even get prenatal care.
Is that a stove or a washing machine?
Stove.
Excuse me, Miss Lottie. I thought you were going to help me with all this.
Sorry, I couldn't get to it.
Well, no, I understand that you have absolutely no interest in attending this party because I myself have absolutely no interest in attending this party, but it just seems to me that since all hell is breaking loose in there and that you're just hanging around my kitchen, eating my food, wearing my bathrobe, you might just trouble yourself to help me put together a few glasses of ice.
I'm sorry, but I happen to be working on a very important, very gut-wrenching story.
Oh, well, you want to talk about gut-wrenching? I'll show you gut-wrenching when I'm arrested for having a naked woman and a United States Senator in my living room.
Is there a naked woman in there?
No, but she's working on it. And another thing, while we're on the subject, who are you to sit in here and look down your nose at socializing with those people out there?
I'm sorry if I have better things to do than to watch some aging politician's girlfriend do the lambada on your coffee table.
Well, it was my understanding that you did a little tabletop dancing yourself in your younger days. Oh, but forgive me, that was with Baryshnikov.
Boy, they sound just like us, don't they?
And where do you get this sense of entitlement like you think it's this great honor for me, a complete nobody, to provide shelter for you and your mammy?
I told you she's not my mammy.
Well, I wouldn't know what else to call it. All I know is that her job is to puff up your petticoats all day long while you run around and blow smoke in everybody's face, and I hobble around with one arm waiting on the two of you. And by the way, while we're on the subject, I'm just curious. Since we've been living and working together now for the past 72 hours, did it ever even just fleetingly cross your mind to inquire, by the way, is there any particular reason why your arm is in this sling? I mean, possibly is it the result of some tragic accident or a horribly disfiguring disease?
Your son said you sprained it raising your hands too fast in a robbery.
Oh, that's very funny.
You know, I just figured out who you remind me of. That really, really earnest guy on Leave It to Beaver. What's his name? Wally Cleaver.
Oh, well, you know, it's so... I can't even imagine you doing something as common as watching TV. Oh, wait, was that when you were dating A.C. Nielsen?
I'll just get Miss Lula and collect my things.
I wish you would. And if you're talking about that empty suitcase you're always dragging around, it's in the hall closet. And by the way, for the record, my name is not Hart. It's not Hartley. It's Hartman. H-A-R-T, man.
Oh.
What?
Oh, Curtis. I feel the baby coming.
Hell, there's bees loose in there. They're everywhere. They're stinging people right and left.
Dee accidentally knocked the jar over dancing.
Wait. Where's Elliot? Elliot!
It's okay, Dad. The police are coming. El called 911. Seen you take a bubble bath before.
I know, Ben. I didn't put this in here. This is the residue from when Miss Lottie used my tub.
Man, it must be industrial strength.
Yes, I imagine that would be her brand. Now, you guys go on now. Elliot, I'm going to be in to sleep with you.
Why?
Why? Because a woman gave birth in my bed tonight. That's why.
Man, that was cool when the ambulance came and they didn't want to take her to the hospital and the senator started screaming.
I don't want to talk about it.
Al's dad said he can't spend the night over here anymore.
Good. I don't think we'll ever be up to Al's standards. I don't care if anybody ever comes over to this house ever again as long as we live.
I do. I made $6 handing out towels tonight. Well, 601 counting the senator's penny. Night, Dad. I love you.
Good night, Ben. Love you too.
Ooh, there's a cigarette butt and a dead bee floating in there.
I know, and it doesn't bother me. Now you go on to bed, Elliot.
Good night, Dad. I love you.
Love you too, son.
I forgot to give you your house keys back. Can I come in?
Sure, I'm just lying here soaking in your ashtray.
Well, we're back at the fair price. Tony, my dad's friend, got us a room till Monday when I get my advance. You're wearing swimming trunks.
Yes, I knew you'd come back. Wally Cleaver is nothing if not prepared.
I just really came back to say I'm sorry. Can I sit down?
Oh, of course. How rude of me. Perhaps Miss Lula would like to come in. I could scrub her back.
Look, you were right. It's just that I've been having so many problems, and I guess I have been behaving like a jackass. And frankly, you're the first person besides my dad who's ever bothered to tell me so.
Am I to assume during happy times you are not a jackass?
As a matter of fact, I am. I just have this joie de vivre that covers it up.
You mean like playing the trumpet and wearing a hat at night?
Right. Lately, I seem to have lost my joie de vivre. Here. Curtis wanted me to give this back to you.
You're kidding. He found the picture of me and Elliot.
Well, actually, I found it, but he told me which trash can to look in.
Wait a minute. You went looking for this?
That's right, and I expect it to go on my permanent record. Probably the nicest thing I've ever done.
It's kind of poetic, isn't it? I mean, I lost a picture of my son the night he was born, and a man returns it to me the night his son is born. Boy, what a night that was. I mean, all this incredible crying, and then when they put him in my arms, I finally stopped.
You know, Hartman, you are not my type at all. But every once in a while, I feel this passing attraction, with emphasis on the word passing.
Why don't you take that damn trench coat off? I'm tired of looking at it.
Well, okay.
Why don't you take that damn dress off? I'm tired of looking at that, too.
In your dreams.
What the hell are you doing?
Just trying to recover a little of my old joie de vivre. I'll admit it's not as good as running through the Trevi Fountain in your underwear, but it's a start.
If that dress shrinks any more, there's a good chance you could be arrested.
Am I making you nervous?
I think this could be very, very dangerous.
I think you flatter yourself.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No, I'm grateful we finally found an ashtray big enough for you. No kidding. Why don't you just give up smoking? It's bad for you, and you're not very good at it.
I'm trying, but it's really hard. You really do kind of like me, don't you?
Actually, I was thinking it's the other way around. However, if you want to move back in here till Monday, that's fine with me, because I know how much you hate that Naugahyde love scene in the lobby there.
Well, it would just be for Miss Lula. She really does love that yellow room.
I fluffed the pillows this morning.
You know that passing attraction I was talking about? Well, it's passing by again.
Wait a minute, let's just think about this. We could be getting into some serious trouble. And I seem to recall you promising not to French kiss me.
So, you don't have to worry. It wasn't French. It was Italian. This is French. And this is how they do it in the Middle East. There's one thing I am, it's a good kisser.
Yes, and a very fine American. Am I upset because you came over to my house, got into my tub, stuck your tongue down my throat, then hopped out? No, I understand these things happen. Hey, it's just easy for me to take a cold shower as a hot one. Me interested in her. That'll be the day.
You did this to me on purpose.
That's a weird laugh. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I never heard it before in my life.
I think he looks like $1 million.
And I think he looks like Al Jolson.